Okay, this is Brandon with QMobile, and I'd like to take you through the administrative setup, show you how easy it is to work with. When you first log in, you're going to come to a dashboard. This is a real-time dashboard uh, for managers to keep an eye on what's going on. So for example, for temporary assistance, it's showing 2 people are waiting, average of 5 minutes and 51 seconds. General assistance, we had 4 people waiting currently. Average is almost 5 minutes with 6 folks who walked away. Down here, it kind of breaks it down for us. So the folks in queue and 33% have been seen so far, and so on and so forth. Over here is your queue settings. So this is the message for when someone joins the queue through the kiosk or added in. So this tag will insert their name, UR, and then it will give them their wait order. So if they're 10th, 1st, 3rd, in the name of the queue that they join. So EBT, general assistance, and then assign their ticket number. Then it says you can check your status by replying S or replying L if you have to leave the line. We also have it's a mobile web navigator, so it's easier for people to click a button sometimes than to reply. So if you check that, that will go out as well. It's a little link on the SMS message. Down here is status update messages. When folks are waiting a while and they come down to the 3rd position, they're going to get updated. Because one of the things we want to avoid with a virtual queue is people can wander away, and then when it's their turn, they can really waylay the system because they're being notified and are not even in the vicinity. So as folks, their turn starts to come up at number 3, they're going to get this message. Please be prepared. It's almost your turn. You are number 3 in the whatever queue. And this will inform that they need to get up and get ready. In this case, if we have position 1, as soon as folks become position 1, automatically tell them to come up to that particular window, or you can uncheck it and just leave it up to your staff to notify people as needed. But this is an important feature, so you're not losing time waiting for folks to get their act together. Folks are transferred from one queue to the other, which is part of the customer journey. I'll put the name in here again, but it would be ticket number. You have been transferred. You are now 13th in the EBT queue. Wait to be notified, reply S, and so on and so forth. Now they'll also have access to that mobile page if they prefer to use that. Now when folks reply L, if they want to leave the line, they'll get this confirmation. You have left the queue. EBT, let's say, need to rejoin the line, head over to the kiosk to see attendant. Folks want to check their status, click S, and it's going to tell them whether now they're number 5 in the wait order for a general assistance queue, for example, and then just telling them that they'll be notified by text when it's their turn. And lastly, T, so if folks need more time, they can reply T, and your request for more time, you are now, and it will bounce them back a max of 4 places in line. So if they're number 4, they'll be number 8. If there's only 6 people in the queue, they'll be number 6. Now, all these features you can just click to disable if you don't want them to be in use, and that's totally fine. Transfer is important because I think that's really keeps the customer updated as well as keeping your status updates. This is where you assign your queue managers. Your queues. Temporary assistance, general assistance. And what's neat about this is you want to organize this by your customer journey. So most people are going to probably general assistance will be here. So we move that up. You always have no show at the bottom. And then to add a queue, you're going to have if it's going to be on the kiosk, then you can have what we call a public name. It could be longer, descriptive, because it's not going to be in a text message. Here would be a shorter version of that name because it's going to take up characters in the text message. Then we have the queue types, which is going to be standard. You can write a description as to what the queue is about for anybody else who may come along and need to use it. Over here we have some information on what characters you use and so on and so forth. And this is where you would write your summons message when you're asking somebody to come forward. It's a good idea to use colors for visually for the queue managers, so if you want to group them by color. Okay, if you need to add more time to the wait You can have the time sent out, let people know what their wait time is if you prefer. We don't recommend it just because it creates expectations that sometimes can't be fulfilled. You can have it on the digital display or what have you. If you want to use wait time, then you can manipulate it here. Disable queue message, no. Hide from display. So for example, if you're the no-show queue, you would hide from display. Hide from kiosk. Your tier 2 folks, you probably not going to want those in the kiosk. So you'd click yes to hide them. And we can add a caller ID so folks are familiar with your number. I'll show you what it looks like here. So if we look at general assistance. So general assistance, here I put GA, queue standard, add a description. So ticket number 33, if it's your turn, proceed to general assistance window 1, reply T for more time, or stop to a message, or choose the color, disable, no, 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 hide from display, no, hide from kiosk, no. So that's how you set the queues up. And then over here is your portal. And so this is important. Usually start here because you want to set the times that you're going to be using the queue. So obviously probably during your operating hours. So just here to here. Days that you're not working, click this and click save. Now here's your kiosk settings. So here's where you can, if you want to change the name, right here, family assistance and benefits, change that right here. The subheading, you could change that here. Temporary assistance window or kiosk, so that's the third one. So you can add some detail here, maybe instructions. But your attendant's going to be adding people to the queue. Let me see. You can change the colors. Widget label time, store time, which would be this. So you got some ability to customize. If you need more, let us know. We have a couple different versions of the kiosk. And this is the status screen. This is the virtual, well, this is the mobile page where folks can use the web page to control their flow as they're going through the system. So if they want to check their status, they don't have to keep replying us. They can just click check virtual queue status and it will update their position for them so they'll know where it is. This is good for ADA compliance as well. They can do need more time and then leave the queue. This will go out with the web with the opt-in message. So to add users, you click add user. They have essentially two users, either the admin who sets up the backend or the queue manager. The check-in user you can ignore. Check-in users is for if you need an appointment system, we have that as well. So you click that, put the user's name in, and so for example, username queue manager, or we can use an email, and if to beef up security, which we have, you can use multi-factor authentication. So to set up an account, we'll send them an email, they'll set up their own password, as well as we have a PIN number. So every time they're not using the system and they have to log back in, rather than that, they can put in a PIN number. So it's a couple different features. Okay, for the digital display, just you're right here, this will open it up. We'll say manage advertising or display. Here's where it'll tell you how many characters you have. So you put your header in, and then you change the title color and the footer. So it's black and white here. And then here's the URL for the display that would be put into any monitor or smart TV. And so let's see if that updated. Okay, so we updated it. And that's going to look like something like this. Any colors you want, we can change. Here's the kiosk. So if we wanted to have a keyboard, touchscreen, whatever you'd like, it's a printer, Windows, call window 9. It'll be the ticket number here. And then right below you have reports. So this report is report by join queue. So you can You'll be able to check it by queues, actually by users, see who you're managing the queues. You can do it by date. This is good for having a good idea of what resources you need to have in place. Good for building budgets. It's like volume per queue. And this would be the abandoned report. So customer left queue. This one removed from queue. Well, I hope this was helpful. All you'll need to do with your credentials, add your credentials and click here, and that will log you right in. And give it a shot. You're not going to break anything. It should be fine. Send messages to your phones. See how it flows. Check out the displays. And anything you feel you need changed or modified, that's what we do. Look forward to hearing your feedback. Thank you.